Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, they're holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing, if you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a
Hi, everybody. It's a comedy of errors around here. I hope everybody's well. Happy birthday to me. That's right. Throwing my own birthday party. So glad you could make it. Come on in. I apologize. There's no music allowed at this birthday party. My daddy is an asshole. That's true on so many levels, but not my real dad. But just YouTube daddy, he is an asshole. He don't like music, but thank you guys so much for all the birthday wishes. I love that. I did check the mail today, but it hasn't come yet. So to the people telling me, please be on the lookout, I'm still on the lookout. I'm looking here, I'm looking there. All I see is Billy. Billy! Oh, thank you so much. What a lovely birthday gift. That's so sweet. Hi, Reseller Road Trip Adventures. Oh, hold on. Why do I have just top chat on? No, I need all the chat. All the chats. Lisa, Wahoo, Cellulite Yoga Pants, Casey Carey. You guys, thank you so much. You know, I spent a little bit of today reminiscing about a few different things, and I wanted to share a few of those with you before we get started on whatever court I managed to decide that we're going to watch today. So, it has been just over 2 years since I started my YouTube journey. Oh! 325! Thank you, Wahoo. That is such a sweet super chat. Perfect, because 325 is indeed my birthday. That's today, March 25th. And I'm telling the story. I love to be interrupted by super chats, though. Who can lie? Who can lie? I'm telling the story, though, of how I became a YouTuber, how I started on YouTube. And some of you have heard this before. Some of you were there from the very beginning. But the way this story goes is in February, just before my 35th birthday in 2023, so that's 2 years ago, I had a bit of a midlife crisis, but an ADHD midlife crisis, which meant, you know, well, I guess we got to deal with this. So I thought to myself, what did you want to accomplish before you were 35? You have a month. You're going to have to get on it. And so I started the YouTube channel, KCC 1.0. Many of you know that channel. And it was actually quite successful. In fact, still is more successful than this channel with I only was able to put in February, March, April, May, June. February, March, April, May, June, July. 6 months. Anyways, so I compiled the statistics today because I wanted to share with you guys how proud I am, first of all. Because as many of you can tell, with my fucking bra coming out, I am super ADHD, and consistency is not something that I tend to do very well. But, you know, success isn't just about numbers. It's about showing up and creating something bigger than yourself. And the channels that I've created aren't just YouTube channels, but they're communities that are built with family in mind. Consistency dedication, and shared experiences that we all share. I am proud because in the past 2 years, I have uploaded almost 1,000 things to YouTube. 766 live streams and 199 videos. And that is in itself impressive to me because I don't often follow through with things like that, but I did, even when knocked down a little bit from KCC 1.0 getting demonetized. But as friends have reminded me in the past, it is not always good to reflect upon other people's success and then measure your own. But really what they said to me is, how many other people do you know that monetized 2 YouTube channels in 2 years? Well, I know a few, but it's not just about numbers. It's about a mindset that I am going forward with, and I love hanging out with you guys every single day. I just wanted to toot my own horn a little bit about that. That means that over the past 2 years, if we were to take into account every live stream, and I know that some we did more than one a day, but in reality, it means that over the last 2 years, I only took off 16 days from live streaming. And I posted 195 videos. So that's pretty impressive. I'm impressed with that. Now, Chumbawamba, perfect, wahoo. So I've been complaining all day that at my birthday party we can't listen to music. I want to listen to music, but I don't. But we can't because YouTube Daddy's a mean asshole. But just know, if you were hanging at my house with me on my birthday today, you are. But if you were here with me and we weren't live streaming for YouTube Daddy to hear, we would be listening to some music, drinking a few drinks, smoking a few joints, and enjoying ourselves. And I hope that you will continue to enjoy your day with me. I'm having a great birthday. I really am. And I'm so thankful that you're all here. So, without further ado, did I work at all today? I can't remember. That's the ADHD. I wish I was joking. I'm not. Oh, also I filled up this computer. So we are now at the time when I have to make videos and then I have to figure it out. Billy, 15 months? That's insane. Well, I just talked all about numbers. 766 live streams. How many of them were you there for? You want to prove it? Go ahead and go back and comment on all of the live streams that you watch going forward. If you're on the replay crew, you watch these things in your spare time. Perhaps I come with you to work. I love that, by the way. I would love to hear, first of all, in the comments, where you're watching from. I know most of my audience is from the United States of America, but there are a few from the true North, strong and free. But also many other different places. Ah! Christopher. I don't have a Megaluya, but I wish I did. 75. Oh my gosh, hold on. I'm literally gonna fix the, oh my gosh. Christopher! Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Streamlabs just doesn't get it. Streamlabs, where you been, bro? Why aren't you excited about this? Okay, hold on. I need to... Why can't I... Okay, I gotta make this all big. I'm not a very good YouTuber. Ah! Christopher said over. Okay, hold on. Pop out chat. And then once I pop out the chat, I gotta walk y'all through it. This is just how we do. We walk through it. We go get YouTube overlay. Control C. Hit live chat. Come back over to Streamlabs. You know what you're going to do? You go to your chat overlay, you right click, you hit properties, then you go URL, Control V, close. Then I'm screaming. Then you can do that. KCC, happy birthday, young lady. I love you, my friend. I always love hanging out with you. Thanks for the content and the smile you bring me on a regular basis. You are a gorgeous friend. Enjoy the day. Christopher, I love you so much. Thank you so much for what a sweet gift. That was very nice of you. Oh! Oh, now we're messing Streamlabs up. Oh, I'm clicking in the wrong room. I'm clicking Streamlabs. Owen says he loves you so much and happy birthday. I love you too, Owen. Happy birthday to me. Sorry. It's so silly. KCC's watching from, or Casey Carey. Well, also KCC. Watching from Illinois. That's where I often set my VPN to. Christopher, seriously, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you guys all so much. Billy, thank you so much. Yours as well up here. Happy birthday. You guys are all exactly why I do this. When I looked at the statistics today and I looked at how I came back day after day, the reality of that is that I only do that because I love spending time with you guys. And Brooklyn, YouTube Daddy will do the conversion for me, but unfortunately, when YouTube Daddy does the conversion, he also takes a piece. But it'll work out either way. Thank you so much, you guys. Okay, so I did actually work today. We had multiple cases that I got today, but most of them ended up like fucking this. And I just want to share this before we start. Because it seems like this is how most of my day... Oh, no, not like that. No, we're not ending yet. We started early for a reason. Oh, we don't need the block either. Don't need the block. You guys are making me cry. Because you're so sweet and I'm so happy. Anyways, this is what we got here today. Christopher, thank you so much. I love you so much. Seriously. I appreciate you each and every day. But seriously, this is what I got a lot of today. But the good news is I managed to get something. So, what was this? This is it. We're just going along. We're gonna follow the way that I recorded
Ridge
shit
versus
today.
Crystal Rawls.
Okay, Judge.
Crystal Rawls?
Judge, can you calm the fuck down, please?
Nobody responding. I do have service by attachment. Let's see. Yep, nobody on our Zoom meeting. During the next week, April 1st at 9.
Almost birthday, bitch! Jessica! Are you an Aries too, you guys? This is so sweet. By the way, I'm going out for dinner tonight with my daughter and my sister and my Nana, and I'm so excited! But I think I might have picked the wrong place, but I didn't pick the wrong place, but I think I might have. Because I really want I want ice cream. I want ice cream. So fucking bad. So part of me was like, we should go to Red Robin where I can get an unlimited ice cream float. However, last time we went to Red Robin, regardless of the receiving of an unlimited ice cream float, I was not happy. Do you know what I'm saying? Melting pot. Oh my god. Is that the cheese place, Jessica? Do you have one near you? Jessica, look up two of my favorite boys in the world, the Crookshank brothers. That's Lucas and Jacob. Ah! Christopher, what is a concrete mixer? I've heard of this. Is that it's a thing. I love it. Thank you so much. You treat me too good. Ice cream fun, baby. But seriously, Jessica, two of my favorite, I'm not going to say they're my favorite YouTubers. They're not, but they're on the list. Oh, Culver's ice cream, Christopher. I've watched a video about that recently too. Ooh, I'm not doing good at staying on track today. You guys are easily able to get me off track. Anyways, my point being, what was my point? Shit. Oh! Jessica, the Crookshank brothers, Lucas and Jacob, did a video where they went to the melting pot in Orlando. I was jealous as shit. I am so jealous. Okay. NPC says happy beating the PP. I'm going to check that in a second. Let's get this going because these lawyers are going to fight, by the way. I remember now. They're going to fight.
30. Hunter's Ridge versus Mandrell Wyatt. Mandrell Wyatt?
Here,
So,
Your Honor.
Oh boy, you got two devices. Well, maybe not. Mr.
No, I'm
Wyatt,
just-
You need to shut up, Judge. We need to say thank you to NPC for the amazing PP. Oh my god. Oh goodness. I can go to Red Robin tonight. NPC, thank you so much for the birthday PP. That is so good. You were so sweet, and also Erica is still in there as well. Thank you guys so much. Good night, Christopher Engelby. Be good. I love you too. Thank you so much. Wow. You guys are amazing. Hold on. Can I do a thank you from here? I can, right? Judge, can I get a ruling on if I can do a thank you? Or do I have to go over here and have the chat just come all over my... Oh, no. Over here and just have the chat come all over my face so I can say thank you. That's how it has to be? That's how it has to be. The chat is coming on my face and thanking. I'm saying thank you. Oh, that's somebody's fetish. For sure. I love you guys so much. And you accept this absolutely unacceptable behavior. Oh, I love you guys so much. Okay. Let's watch these lawyers fight.
It's just my phone.
Okay. Do you want to speak with legal services?
No, I was just asking if I could get to the 4th to pay the $13.69. That's when I get my check.
Mr. Healthy?
Well, he would have until the 4th if we had a judgment, but the amount that he's talking about is incorrect.
Oh, it's more than that?
The amount of rent that you owe is $1,444. Your landlord has incurred costs the amount of $169. So the amount that would have to be paid on April 4th, which does not include your April rent, would be $1,613.
Okay, hold on one second. I get a pencil. I want to write. Okay, the amount
Folks,
is how
use
much?
a pen. Use a pen.
$1,613.
1,613. Okay, and could I have to the 4th to pay that?
That's what the court would give you.
That's automatic how it goes. Okay, I understand.
Yes.
I understand. Well, pretty much that's all I'm asking, Your Honor. That's it. Nothing else.
Okay. Well, then we'll enter judgment for that amount.
Do this as a hearing, Your Honor, and
Yeah, do it as a hearing. Yep. And allow the date for April 4th for eviction date. Okay, Mr.
Sir,
Wyatt, we'll
pen
send you a
to
copy of
John.
that judgment. Just get it paid by then, okay?
All right, thank you. Appreciate you guys.
You're welcome. Good luck to you.
Appreciate you, God or
How about
godliness?
Hunter's Ridge versus Taurus Johnson? Taurus Johnson? Anybody?
Dismissed.
Oh,
That's
dismissed?
dismissal. Okay.
All right. We'll
The
dismiss
big
that
D!
matter.
We get the big D! That was a dismissal. Oh my god, I wasn't even expecting it.
Hunter's
Oh.
Ridge versus Tammy Tucker.
That's a
Tammy-
dismissal, Your Honor.
Okay. Dismiss that matter. And I think that's it.
Well, thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right. Thank you.
All right. Thank
Enjoy
you.
it, Ron.
Less pressing matters to attain to now here. So
Enjoy.
We'll see.
thank you, Judge.
All right.
Bye.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye, Simpson. Bye.
Use sunscreen, Mr. Haldy.
He's a pro at it. I don't think he needs any advice anymore. How about they call this back up again?
I mean, if I'm mistaken.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
thanks,
yeah,
Vicky.
yeah, that was yeah. How about Mr. Brown, you're usually not here. Do you have just like one matter?
I do
Thank
have
you.
one matter, Your Honor, and I thank you, Your Honor. It's the matter is Tammy O'Boyle versus Nicholas Blair and all occupants. This should be a very easy one, Your Honor. Should be quick.
Okay. Just gotta find your file for you.
Go today?
Oh, here it is. Yep, Tammy
Mr.
O'Boyle
I'm
versus
feeling
Nicholas
generous today,
Blair.
John. I'll try and reset the
Your Honor,
timer.
Jose Brown appearing on behalf of Tammy O'Boyle, P33926. And I just want to say by way of introduction, I don't mean to be an old crotch because I have a low P number, but Mr. Barkey is on the Zoom call also. I understand that Mr. Barkey might represent.
Hold on, bro. You need to understand something. We don't judge people by their P numbers here. Okay? We don't judge people by their P numbers. I don't care if it's a big number. I don't care if it's a little number. I actually don't care if it's not even a real number. Oh my God, it's a fake P. That's okay with me. All right, Judge, you have to understand something. We run a different kind of ship around here. Maybe you didn't hear me before. Okay? I don't know. Brooklyn, it's not an eviction night. It's a Paisley's birthday night, and I forgot to pick court, so we're just going through it. Also, by the way, like I said, I filled this computer up. Good job, Paisley, but that means I need to fucking empty it out. Fucking videos upcoming. Also because my hours at work got cut up. So cut up, cut back. Cut back. Still the sign for scissoring, not for cutting hours at work. Probably why your hours got cut at work, because of the sexual harassment.
Nicholas Blair. He has not filed an appearance. He's not filed any answer or acknowledged service as he said he would in this particular case. So I would object to him having any say, but I would be interested in what he has to say to the court if he wishes to be heard. But this should be a very easy one, Your Honor. Since December of last year, there's been an outstanding amount of rent that has been owed by Mr. Blair, and there's been attempts to delay the payment of rent, to purchase the home by way of a mortgage. Neither one has come through, Your Honor. So my client, Tammy O'Boyle, who worked with me as a paralegal and legal secretary for 25 years, filed this complaint on her own to save me the attorney fees. But I've then filed an appearance to represent her on this because I get the sense that can's being kicked down the road. So I have here appearing on behalf of this pretrial in your attorney room at the courthouse, and I want to indicate to the court that I believe that we should receive a judgment for the entire complaint and the non-payment of rent of $3966.46. And if the court is fine with awarding attorney fees. I would ask for attorney fees. If not, I'm not going to put salt in the wound. And then secondly, Your Honor, I would ask for a writ of possession and Mr. Nicholas Blair and all the occupants in the home leave the home so that Miss O'Boyle can list the home and sell the home. This has been an ongoing negotiation process since December of last year, and there has been nothing that's been coming forward from Nicholas other than to try to lengthen the time period to stay in the home by paying some of the back rent. I have an accounting I could share with the court if you wish. It was not attached to the complaint, but there is a balance owed of $39,6646. That does not include taxes, and it does not include insurance that my client has had to pay to keep Mr. Blair in the home.
Let's let me
Your Honor,
see if I get. Oh,
if I may, I
Sure.
am, my name is Jordan Barkey. I'm an attorney, P number 79218. I am Mr. Blair's brother. I am not his retained counsel.
okay.
Okay. I am his brother. He is at work because he didn't get sufficient notice for this. I personally accepted service on his behalf via email pursuant to my phone call with Mr. Brown in order to show that we are not trying to delay anything here. Sorry.
Well,
So I
that's
say
okay. You know,
he's not
for-
here, and I plan to represent him because he does have a learning disability. He is a little slow. So I plan on helping him through this process as I have been. If I can correct some misstatements made by my brother counsel. First of all, the rent has been paid for every month except for February and March. And had I had proper notice, I would have brought bank statements to show that. However, I did not. There is no delay in paying rent. We've actually been working on purchasing this house from my grandmother back when she was alive. The original price of the house was $77,000, the amount that she paid for it, minus all the rent that had been paid by my mother through her life. After that meeting, my grandmother passed away tragically. And at that time, as soon as she passed away, Tammy inherited the house via the trust and has been moving to evict my brother. I have been trying to purchase this house with him. We tried to get mortgages on his behalf, but he couldn't get a mortgage. So right now I am personally trying to obtain a home equity loan so that I can purchase the house for him so that he can still live there. The price has changed from $77,000 to $85,000, and now I believe it's at $95,000 or $97,000. Tammy keeps changing the price on me, so I haven't been able to obtain had a amount that I can obtain for this. As far as the $39,6646, I've reviewed their accounting and it's just inaccurate. So I would like an opportunity to be able to present this court, if this court is willing to hear this matter or is inclined to kick my brother out and make him homeless. I would like an opportunity to rebut what it is that Mr. Brown has said in this court and in his pleadings.
Okay, so for both your sake, yeah, I don't have to hear everything right now, but for both your sakes, it's something. There's a couple issues there. First of all, Mr. Blair does have the right to have an attorney present. Is he here though?
He had to work at 8:45. I just dropped him off before
Normally
this.
normally, and I appreciate you being here for your brother.
We
normally
just got notice on the 19th via email.
Okay.
And I asked for an adjournment from Mr. Brown, but he did not grant me one.
Okay, and I've got service by attachment that's on the proof of service for actually it was Friday, March 21st at 7:00 in the morning. So I've got proof of service. Hold on. Let me just kind of finish.
You all
service
both
by
hold
attachment.
on. Well, hold
which,
on. No shit.
Given that.
Hold on, Judge. I'm hungry too, but I'm waiting because I'm going for dinner and I want to get dinner. Ooh. Oh! That's what I want for dinner. Yay. So I'm resisting eating crackers.
The fact that he has a right to have an attorney present, he also has a right to seek financial assistance if he wanted to do that as well. Given all those things together, I'll adjourn it for a week, give you a chance to at least talk to him, and we can have a hearing either next week, or if he's applied for financial services, if he's gonna, Mr. Barkey, if he's gonna do that, somebody has to come down to help him fill out a verification form, if that's even another possibility, okay?
I will, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'm exploring all options. I'm trying to pursue the home equity loan, but I don't know if that will be ready by next week.
Okay,
I should have an approval by next week.
Okay.
But I don't know if I'll have cash in hand.
okay, and that
I'm
would,
in the process.
yeah, and that might be a little bit outside of what the hearing would be for anyways. My best advice for you, Mr. Barkey, stay in contact with Mr. Brown. I'm granting the adjournment for the week. If he could get the, even if he ends up not using, if he can get the verification form in for me with the court, he has a right to have that adjournment anyways. So have him get that in, or you come down and fill it out with him, financial assistance form.
I also
It's a
find it.
one-page.
I apologize for interrupting.
No, go ahead. What did you want to say?
I find it important to correct the record. You said that there was notice via attachment on the 21st. I was literally just at his house this morning. He has been at my house over the weekend. We've spent some time in the hospital.
Okay.
And there was no tacking. It was nowhere to be found. So I don't know where that is coming from. But I felt the need to correct that for the record, that's inaccurate.
Okay.
Your Honor, I don't want to belabor this,
Sure.
but if I could just say one thing. Your Honor, Mr. Barkey received knowledge of this by email. We've talked several times about this issue. So for him to now say that we did not receive notice, I want to correct the record because he's known about this for some time. And just Mr. Barkey, I have the floor,
Guys.
please. I have the floor, please, for a moment. You're not even entitled to really say anything without an appearance. So
Continue with your floor, Mr. Brown.
thank you. And Your Honor, just as a bit of background to this, I don't want to get personal about this, but this has been kicked down the road for several months by Mr. Barkey and by Nicholas. And the reason it has been, Your Honor, they filed a separate probate action in Livingston County before Judge Megan Kavanaugh to have my client produce the trust to show that she owned the house.
What the fuck is Stephanie doing? Stephanie, you have a single light bulb hanging in your house and you chose right now to plug shit in? What the fuck? God damn it, Stephanie. There's always a fucking Stephanie. You know that? Always. Always. We're in fucking court, Stephanie.
Filed a lawsuit against her, and now they want to make you feel guilty, me feel guilty because of removing Nicholas from the home and making this all about a family feud. It's not the case. Tammy has been paying the taxes. She's been paying the insurance. She's not received the rent. Whether Mr. Barkey has a dispute about what's owed, then put forth what he believes is owed. He just can't come in and say their accounting is wrong. That's not correcting the record, Your Honor. Correcting the record is to show us what is owed by his client and why he disputes it. So I have no problems with the adjournment, Your Honor. We tried to call the court yesterday to get this adjourned, but the court was closed, so we could not do it. And we did not receive a request for an adjournment from Mr. Barkey, who is not an attorney of record, until
Objectively
yesterday.
Objectively untrue.
You're not an attorney of record until there's an appearance filed, Mr. Barkey. So, but to provide them with the courtesy.
You lied to the court, Mr. Brown.
Mr. Murray, hold on, I can't
I
be
have
over
no-
talking.
I have no objection, Your Honor, Judge Goggins, to an adjournment to April the 1st. Could we just have a time and are we going to zoom in also at that time?
Yeah, it'll be on my standard, it's 9:30, April 1st at 9:30. And we'll hopefully get something resolved then if we can.
Hopefully,
If not, just
Your
keep
Honor,
talking.
again, I agreed to accept service on behalf of my brother in order to remove any delays. And if I'm going to sit here and be personally attacked in ad hominem manner by Mr. Brown, I'm going to rescind that agreement and they can serve Nick personally.
Well,
I
I've
will just
got,
not
guys,
be going
I,
to be attacked.
you guys, I'm not gonna make this as technical as everybody wants. I've got a proof of service in file. If there's something wrong with the proof of service, we can have an evidentiary hearing next week. Mr. Brown, I guess if that is gonna happen, we'll do that next week as well. I had Aaron Johnson was the process server. I don't know who that is per se, but if Aaron Johnson wants to come on, if we want to have an evidentiary hearing on that service, we'll deal with it next
I'm,
week. But I do have it in
I'm
the
not
file.
I'm not arguing that we
Yeah,
have service. It's just I
okay.
didn't know about the date today until the 19th.
Okay, well,
And
let's not
using
keep,
work for
hold
it.
on. Let's not keep arguing. I'm giving an adjournment. What we consider all day. And the practical side is I've adjourned it to next week. So let's just
Okay.
leave it at that. And we'll
Thank-
deal with it next week.
Thank you, Judge Goggins.
All right, guys.
Thank you,
All
Mr.
right.
Barkey.
Okay, we'll
You
see you
Judge
next.
Goggins.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll see you next week.
Snarky Barky. Wasn't that crazy? Isn't that nuts? Alright. I'm gonna probably eat realistically half a sleeve of crackers. But I just realized dinner's not till 7:30. That's in 3.5 hours. I think I can appropriately eat 14 crackers while we watch court. So, what was next? What do we record next, Paisley? I mean, allegedly record next, Paisley. What was it? Oh, what was this? Maybe? Hold on, no, not her. Although she was a little bit stupid. How long is this one? It's this one. These people were dicks.
Do we have everyone we need for this hearing?
Your Honor, my client, Rachel Ellison, had just emailed us saying she just had an emergency come up and will log on as soon as possible.
Okay,
And was just a few minutes ago. So I don't know what the emergency is and I don't know how long it would be, but basically our objection is based on her objection on it. And she requested me to file the objection to the Rule 170. So
I'll go ahead and call a case at this time. This is Ellis County case 18 DM 247. It's the matter of Rachel Hyatt versus James Hyatt. May I have an announcement of appearances, please?
Your Honor, Jerry Driscoll appearing on behalf of the petitioner, Rachel Ellison, formerly known as Rachel Hyatt.
May it please the court, James Hyatt appears via Zoom and by and through his attorney, Greg Schwartz, also via Zoom.
Mr. Driscoll, are you able to proceed on your motion without your client?
No, because basically my testimony is going to be the testimony I'm going to present is her testimony on it, Your Honor. I set out her objections that the proposed journal entry does not accurately reflect the respondent's income and the FFMFA eligibility and eligibility of parenting time adjustment. So without her being able to present testimony, that's where I'm at, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Schwartz.
Well, I mean, we'll wait. I've got a 3 o'clock. I was hoping this would be done quickly, so I didn't have to wait until then. I've got to be over at the Hayes PD at 3 o'clock. So
Your Honor, I hate to inconvenience anybody, including myself, but I just got this text or email from her. So I'm just presenting it to the court and letting everybody know. I don't know what we want to reschedule or we want to do something. I don't know.
I don't have a problem giving it a few minutes. I mean,
Okay.
instead, we'll waste more time trying to reschedule it than if we just give her the time, but.
Back on January 17th, the court adopted the mediated parenting plan. And in that adoption, the court also, number one, mediated parenting plan is adopted. Number two, the court trustee shall handle the issues regarding child support. I know at the hearing, that Julie Grabby was present as the trustee and she weighed in on this, and the court made findings per my handwritten notes. Do we need Miss Grabby for this hearing?
Miss who? Miss Paisley? Yeah, I just finished my crackers.
Mr.
That's enough
Driscoll.
for me.
Your Honor, I didn't hear what the court said.
Can you hear me, Mr. Schwartz?
Yes.
Okay. I said the court had made an order back in January of 2024 in which the child support would be handled by the trustee by agreement of the parties in their mediated parenting agreement. When we had the hearing in September, on September 9th, Ms. Grabby was present. She participated. The court made various findings. And Mr. Schwartz was to do the worksheets accordingly and prepare the order. My question, Mr. Driscoll, is do we need Ms. Grabby for this hearing?
We probably do, Judge. And looking at the pleadings, it looks like she was copied on the objection and the notice, but she wasn't copied on the notice of hearing.
Okay.
So I can see if she's available.
Why don't you give her a call and see if she's available while we wait for Ms. Elson?
All right, they did this real time, and Paisley got real impatient.
She said she's logging in right now, so
Okay.
She has to download the Zoom
she had to download the Zoom
to her phone and then she'll.
to her phone, so.
Go. Let's see. Hello.
Hello, Ms. Grabby.
This is a hearing where the ex-wife is objecting to the final order that the judge issued, and her lawyer won't say why. And she hasn't shown up. And so everybody's waiting here to understand why the judge can't sign the final order that Mr. Schwartz has prepared on behalf of Mr. Hyatt, because they won, and Jerry Driscoll won't say why. He's waiting till his
Julie,
client
I don't
signs
think
on.
you were on yet, but Rachel's trying to log in now, so.
Okay.
And Miss Grabby
Good afternoon,
is
Julie.
the court-appointed
Hey, Jerry, how are you?
I'm good.
person to handle the
think-
child support.
You think?
Too early to say real good, so.
This is a divorce in Kansas. Aw. I love you too, Owen. I hope one day soon we can see each other. I hope to get to go to the next Credence and Mikey meetup. And I bet you'll be there. That'd be so much fun. Like it was last time. The judge is super patient. But it's Kansas. And, you know, I've learned something. The Kansas people, they're lovely people, but things move a little slower in Kansas. It's just not a high-paced city. Laugh. You know? You know what I'm saying?
Not very well. For strength of your audio.
Can you hear me now?
Not very well.
I don't know why our audio, we
There
had
it's
problems.
fine. Now it's fine.
It's all right now?
Now it's okay. Good.
Your Honor, the court
Okay,
made
she
an
looks
announcement, the parties, like I said, the testimony we'd want to present is by the petitioner Rachel Ellison, and her objections to the journal entry that was submitted, and our objections pursuant to Rule 1 said to the 170 journal entry. So we're ready to proceed whenever you are.
Okay. Miss Elson, you're gonna have to unmute. And you need to raise your right hand. You solemnly swear and or affirm that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, subject to the penalties for perjury in the state of Kansas.
Yes.
Are you currently in the state of Kansas?
Yes.
Thank you. You may put your hand down. Go ahead, Mr. Driscoll.
Rachel, can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay. You recall that we had a hearing in September, and there was a journal entry prepared in connection with that hearing that was sent to us via Rule 170. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And you had requested that you had some objections to that journal entry, did you not?
Yes.
And you requested that I file an objection to the to the order that was submitted pursuant to Rule 170, correct?
Yes.
And I'll need to have you indicate to the court the objections you have to that particular order. In that objection, we stated that respondent's proposed journal entry does not accurately reflect the respondent's income, MFA eligibility, and eligibility of parenting time adjustment. You recall receiving that objection that we filed on your behalf?
Yes.
I need to have you indicate to the court the purposes of this objection and why you feel that the journal entry does not accurately reflect that hearing that was held in September.
Well, first of all, the MFA eligibility, it was under my impression that he has 50-50 custody with his first wife. And so he only has the other children 50% of the time. He also, I don't remember the name for it, the parenting time adjustment, according to the state guidelines, says it needs to be at least 35%. And even with the holidays he pushed for, he has Anna less than 35% of the time. And let's see, the income, it's been the same thing year after year. We always get partial information on income. Like here's his tax return showing that he has 3 different jobs, but let's only give pay stubs on some of these jobs. And like, I don't know how many times he's switching jobs or if he's currently employed by all 3, but it's always seems like it's just partial information. I also believe he might own a rental house because he lives at one address, he says, and he has another address in his name. When I pick up my daughter, his vehicles are all registered at the Rush County address, but I pick her up from the Ellis County address, and that the Rush County address is occupied. So I assume he's got rental income because if he only works part-time, I don't know how he would obtain a mortgage without it being rented out. It seems like something's missing.
And does that summarize your objections to the journal entry?
I believe so.
Yeah. You received your W-2 and sent it to me. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yeah.
For 2024.
Yeah.
And I've sent that to Mr. Schwartz's office, so he should have that. Greg says that he sent or is in the process going to send Mr. Hyatt's 2024 information. When we get that, that'd be forwarded on to you also. Do you have any other objections you want the court to be made aware of pursuant to this objection to the journal entry?
Not that I can think of at this time.
Okay. That's Mr. Schwartz. Do you want to inquire, or that's all the object?
That's the end of your questions, Mr. Driscoll.
I don't have any other questions.
Mr. Schwartz, do you have cross?
Well, I guess, I mean, my understanding, Judge, on how these should work is it's a legal argument as to whether or not this is what you ordered. And if it is, we're done. If it's not, then the court probably needs to clarify what it did order. And I mean, I think the issue about his income is just arguing again what was argued at the hearing in September. I don't think she was happy with his income at that time, and that's where we're at. The multifamily adjustment, while she's right, he used to have shared custody. He doesn't anymore. He has residential custody, so that applies. And on the parenting time adjustment, I believe that's for summer months, not for the 35%. So I have to look at that. I'm not sure where she's at on that, but
You have no questions for her?
let me double check, but I don't think so, Judge. No, I don't have any questions.
Ms. Grabby, do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any questions, Your Honor.
Okay.
Are we gonna have the opportunity to make do you want me to make a statement now or?
Well, Mr. Driscoll, the purpose of the objection is to show that the journal entry does not reflect the court findings. Do you have any evidence regarding the court findings?
I don't have a transcript or anything to show what the court's findings were at that time. It's supposed to accurately reflect the respondent's income, which we disagree with, and the other, the multifamily eligibility and eligibility of parenting time adjustment either was not addressed and I don't have a transcript of those proceedings, so it's hard for me to say one way or the other, Judge, and my memory's not that good to go back to September, so I can tell you that.
Good. Then as far as whether or not the journal entry reflects the court's findings, do you have argument, Mr. Driscoll?
The only argument we have, Your Honor, is the argument that my client has regarding what her feelings were pertaining to Mr. Hyatt's income and was not accurately portrayed or presented to the court, as well as the other two items that were raised by her testimony.
Mr. Schwartz.
Your Honor, I think I've already addressed on the multifamily. There's a court file. I can give the court the case number on it, but the court can take judicial notice of it. It's a Rush County case, but he has residential custody of the children in that case. He didn't previously, but he does now. As far as the parenting time adjustment, the mediated parenting plan that the court addressed said that for summer break for 2023, it set out specific dates, but then goes on to say that after that, the parties shall have alternating weekly parenting time. And under the guidelines, if you have 50% or more of the time or a shared arrangement in any 30-day period, you're entitled to 50% reduction for that month. And that's what that adjustment is for. So I think that applies. And then on the income, these are the same arguments we had at the hearing, and the court made its ruling.
Ms. Grabby.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah, I believe the issue we're here on today is whether or not the orders reflect what you ordered at the hearing. And when I review my notes, I do believe, as Greg says, that the orders do reflect what you ordered at the hearing for income. When I reviewed this for the MFA and the parenting time, I find the same thing that Greg found. So I feel like the orders that were submitted via the Rule 170 are reflective of what you ordered at the time. And that's our position. I don't see anything else that's different.
Ms. Ellison, did you have a question?
I'm just wondering, if there's a way that I am able to see this Rush County case that shows that he now has primary custody of these children, because last I was given any information, he was pending aggravated child endangerment with one of those children. And I just really, it's just hard to believe, kind of like the income thing.
Anything further?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Well,
It's a fucking mess, Judge. It's a fucking mess. That's what I would say. That's what my Nana would say if maybe we weren't around. It's a fucking mess. Because these people are assholes. Also, anybody want to guess what kind of doctor he is? Spoiler alert, I bet you won't get it if you haven't already been told. Damn, I want a 6-pound turkey breast. Damn. I'm hungry. Stop eating, Paisley.
Ms. Ellison may disagree with the findings the court made back on September 9th. My notes reflect that the court found his income to be the $37,059.
$37,000 income for a doctor. What the fuck kind of doctor is that? Ladies and gentlemen. No wonder she's pissed off. Why the fuck would you put doctor in your Zoom title if you make $37,000 a year? You can make that working at a fucking grocery store. Now, no offense to grocery stores. You guys, he's a doctor of computers. A computer doctor! Now I'm just yelling funny shit. Oh my god. Are all of these guys, except for her, doctors of law? Couldn't they be called doctors? Juris Doctorate? A JD?
That the parties were to use the multifamily calculator on the child support. He was not getting credit for parenting time adjustment. And the parties were to exchange their 2023 income and 2024 income
We have yet to
when,
receive that.
when they have that completed. Okay. So the journal entry appears to reflect that. There are 3 attached worksheets to that journal entry. That appear to reflect that. Do you see anything wrong with the proposed child support worksheets, Mr. Driscoll?
Other than the incomes, Your Honor.
Ms. Gravy?
No, Your Honor, I think they reflect what you ordered.
And Mr. Schwartz?
I did see one issue, Judge. The heading, it's under District Court of Ellis County, Kansas. The first 2 correctly reflect the date range. The third one, it didn't get changed from the second one and still shows January 1 through May, but I think the order correctly reflects it starts June 1st of 24 and goes forward. But I can submit an updated one that has the June 1, 2024 to present if need be.
You had filed 3 worksheets with your proposed order. That was back on
February 6th, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry. That was on January 23rd.
Seriously,
what are there any difference between those worksheets and the ones that you have submitted in February?
No, I don't know what the difference. I don't think so, Judge. Let me double check though. I can tell you. The final one, I know that from June forward at 246, there's no change. The 2023
Parson 1122 said $5
is
happy
the same.
birthday to you, and I say thank
And
you.
the 2024 is the same. The January to May 2024, the amounts are the same. I don't know why they were filed separately.
Okay. And looking at the worksheet, it uses the multifamily application. You see no adjustment for parenting time. We did not address the income.
Courtney, baby, happy birthday with 3 P's. You're so sweet. I love you so much, my friend. I hope that we get to see each other again soon. For those of you that don't know, I met Courtney in real life. We had such a fun day together. I miss you and I love you. Appreciate that so much. Thank you for being at my party. This is my most attended birthday party, I think, ever. Ah! And it's the best one. And there's no music. I get it. We're showing court. But you know what? We are our people. And I love you all. Thank you.
Income tax consideration, but I don't think that was an issue at the last hearing.
Well, I think she claims a child every year. I think we did address that, Judge. Or she has historically, and there's been an order that he gets the credit for that because she claims a child every year.
Okay. It's just not reflected in my notes. So I'm not questioning that if that was the situation. I don't see that we specifically addressed it, or at least I didn't make any note of it. But if that's the situation, that's the situation.
The lady looks miserable though. Seriously, look at her frown. I can do it too, but it's not going to be good for my frown line.
So the worksheets appear to be in compliance with the court's rulings of September 9th, as is the journal entry itself. So the court will file the journal entry and the child support worksheets.
Too sweet, Bill. I love them. They're still right here. I'm looking at them every day. Also, I made a cake 2 days ago.
Greg, if you would
Somebody
send
ate
us
it all.
Mr. Hyatt's 2024 income information. And if you'd also send me that case in Rush County so we could verify that.
You should be able to get it on that portal. All those records, as an attorney, you should be able to get all the domestic records. If you can't, we
thought
can.
you might give us a case number and I'd be much.
Oh, I can. Yeah, I can give you a case number.
I think he's looking for the case number.
Yeah, not a problem.
Anything further than today, Mr. Driscoll?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Schwartz?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Grabby? You're muted, Ms. Grabby.
That's a no, sorry.
Okay. So go ahead and submit those to the portal, or to the queue, Mr. Schwartz, so I can sign off.
Okay.
May I
Okay.
ask one more question?
You
What
may.
question do you have, Miss Ellison?
Greg Schwartz mentioned something about 50% of the summertime, but I'm looking at the parenting guidelines on the kansascourts.gov website, and I don't see anything about that. It just says 35% or higher. So I'm just wondering where that calculation or where that statute is, because I would like to read it and verify it.
Well, I don't see where any of the worksheets granted a parenting time adjustment.
He had it on at least one of them.
It's not, Judge. I looked at all three of them. It's not on there.
I'm looking at them.
Maybe they changed.
I don't see it used
Maybe
on
they
any
did,
of the
Rach.
three
Maybe they did.
worksheets.
You gotta let some shit go, Rach. You gotta move on, honey. Look at me. Look at me. You gotta move on. I moved on.
The only adjustment I see is for the income tax consideration.
So he's now claiming her on taxes every other year?
No, he's taking the deduction because you're claiming her every year.
Okay.
So he gets a corresponding deduction on his worksheet. Okay.
Does rental income count as income?
Well, ma'am, you'll need to speak to Mr. Driscoll about that. I made a finding regarding income. You may disagree with it, but his journal entry and his worksheets reflect the finding I made. Talk to Mr. Driscoll. You're getting his 2024 income. You may be filing a motion to modify.
I believe we should have received that within 30 days.
The order and the worksheets reflect what the court ruled back on September 9th, and that's the issue today. Mr. Schwartz, if you'll do a journal entry to that effect.
You just want the final journal entry, or do you need a separate one from today?
I need a separate one just saying the court heard the objections of the petitioner. The court denied the objections, and the journal entry of September 9th was filed as submitted.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you all.
You're welcome, Judge. You know,
Thank
you
you.
were so kind at the end. You've inspired me to go ahead and play one last bit of court, if I can remember what it's fucking called. What was that one called? This one. One last one, and then we will say goodbye for my birthday.
Outcast up next.
Yes.
Look
All
at that
right.
cute cop.
Have a good day.
Bye.
It's too late.
Oh, Judge is already having a bad day. That's what he's saying. We already watched the Chipotle part of this, but we didn't watch the other cases, so we're going to watch a few of those. See how Judge's day really was.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. The officer is here, and they just switched computers. Your name is Emily Mazer?
That is correct.
Okay. And while the officer's coming on, we can review the ticket. You were cited for failing to stop and assure for distance back on the 1st of February. There was a crash in the area of 11 Mile and Rembrandt. And we lost the officer. I'm waiting for the officer to come back on because we just had the officer. How do you?
Did he get out that time?
I don't know how they lost. I hope she doesn't think it's on. She should be able to tell it's not. There she is. There we go. We found you.
Hi, Your Honor. How are you?
Very good. We have Ms. Mazer, and I've explained the ticket, and I'm going to ask her, are you here to admit or to deny responsibility or to admit with an explanation?
I am here to admit with an explanation.
Okay, and what is the explanation, please?
I had just turned on to 11 Mile and I was checking how fast I was going and checking my rearview mirrors and my side view mirrors. And I must have been very focused on, ensuring that I wasn't speeding and that there was no one behind me. And I had just turned onto the road, and when I looked up, there were brake lights right in front of me. So I braked as fast as I possibly could, and it just wasn't fast enough. I'm not sure, but I believe that there was a car turning left in front of the individual who she had to stop for. And as far as I could tell, it seemed like it was a pretty quick stop on that individual's part too. But I know that I should have been paying more attention and using my peripheral vision better to visualize the brake lights. And I understand that it was a mass error on my part. So I want to say it won't happen again. And I'm very sorry for how it occurred. But that's my explanation.
Most drivers have hit something that was stationary at some point. Nobody does it on purpose, to speak of.
Yes, sir.
And if you hit another car that's not backing up, you're responsible for not stopping in time.
Yes, sir.
There's no intent to do something bad with a civil infraction. Civil infractions are mistakes or accidents. They're not crimes. Crimes requires a mens rea, evil mind, an attempt to do something wrong. Civil infractions are mistakes, and we're all making them all the time. There's research that shows the average driver commits a civil infraction every 3 blocks. So let's say somebody's twice as good as average, that's still 6 blocks, just 6 blocks. So we're all making mistakes. Was anybody hurt in this crash?
No, sir. As far as I know, neither of us sought out any medical attention. I was checked over by my cousin who is an ER physician. I was just pretty sore the next day, and I anticipate that the driver that I hit was also sore the next day.
Sometimes it doesn't take much to make you really sore, and sometimes you can have a heck of a crash and not feel anything. Is there anything you want to add to this, officer?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to make a motion to amend it to impeding traffic.
Ms.
You didn't
Major,
say every
impeding
3
traffic.
months, Shane. He
is
said every 3 blocks. Shane? He said every 3 blocks. Not every 3 months. That's the crazier part of that statistic. That statistic! Oh, the red dye 40 is hitting me hard. We don't get that in Canada that much. I've been sucking it back. Oh, it's so good though. Oh, I fucking love it.
Non-moving violation. It does not carry Secretary of State points. Do you have any objection to the officer's motion?
I have no objections to that, Your Honor.
Didn't think you would, but I do have to ask. So impeding with the crash is $220, which can be paid online by mail or at the courthouse counter if you prefer that. But there are no Secretary of State points.
Thank you, Your Honor, and thank you, Officer Elkas.
Of course.
Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
are good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Always do, Billy. Always do. All right, officer, what's next? Let's go. Who else is going to be a dick?
Sound on Mr. O'Connor yet? Mr. O'Connor, if you would unmute yourself and turn on your video, please. There we go. This is 25 RO 00586. Mr. O'Connor, the ticket was issued on the 28th of January, about 8:20 in the morning, eastbound 12-mile road near Linwood and Royal Oak, and you were cited for improper turn and there was a crash. You can admit or deny responsibility, or you can admit responsibility with an explanation. How do you wish to proceed?
Your Honor, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to proceed. I wanted to.
And if you raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, the officer will testify first. She's playing.
Yes, Your Honor. On the morning of January 28th of this year, I was dispatched to an accident. Both vehicles pulled into the Shrine Elementary School. I spoke with both parties. It was determined that Unit 2, both vehicles were eastbound on 12 Mile, just east of Woodward. Unit 2 was in the right lane, and Unit 1 was in the left lane. It appeared that Unit 1 turned right from the left lane into the Shrine parking lot. And then Unit 2 is in the right lane, just going straight, and wasn't expecting anyone to turn in front of her. I was then advised that a lot of the parents of the school use both lanes there as turn lanes to turn into the school, even though it's not posted anywhere on 12 Mile to do so. I did even speak with my supervisors and had them send an email out to the school to let the parents know that they cannot do that. I then issued the citation.
Mr. O'Connor?
Yes, Your Honor. I drive my daughters to the Shrine Catholic Grade School every day, and every day is the same process. The parking lot is split into a drop-off lane, which is on the far right side of the parking lot. That extends the whole length of the parking lot, and that's for vehicles that turn right and left into the parking lot to drop off their children. And then the left side or east side of the whole parking lot is parking spaces reserved for people to pull in and park their car and walk their kids across a crosswalk that's manned by a crossing guard there in the parking lot to the school. And so the process is the same every day because of the crossing guard stopping traffic there in the parking lot to allow the students and parents to cross this crosswalk and enter the steps of the school. Traffic backs up into that drop-off lane, and it typically ends up backing up onto 12 Mile Road.
Wait a minute, the back-off lane is in, the drop-off lane is in the parking lot, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So what's that got to do with 12 Mile?
The traffic that is eastbound on 12 Mile ends up being stopped and backed up as all of the parents are turning right southbound into the Shrine Grade School parking lot into this.
That's all the parents in the right lane. You're not
Correct.
suggesting that people are making the right turn off of 12 Mile to go into the parking lot from the left lane of 12 Mile?
Yes, Your Honor, I have seen that. That's not how I proceed. And also there are parents that turn left into the parking lot. So they'd be traveling westbound and they use that other side of the entrance. But what happened in my
There's
case—
a sign there saying you can't make a left turn into the parking lot, isn't there?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
Yeah.
But I was in that right lane in the line of traffic to pull into the grade school parking lot. And I was a couple of cars back, and due to the process of the crossing guard stopping traffic and letting the students and parents cross the crosswalk to enter the steps of the school, traffic stops for a minute or two, and then the crossing guard allows 3 or 4 or 5 cars to proceed down that drop-off lane. And it depends on how many cars are stopped at the south end of the lot trying to exit onto Linwood. So it's usually 3 or 4 cars, and then the traffic stops, and 3 or 4 cars again, traffic stops again. And so I was a couple cars back from the parking lot, and I never use that drop-off lane. I park in the parking lot spaces and walk my daughters across that crosswalk to the front steps. And so I was in that line, and as I was close to the driveway, I saw that there was no traffic on 12 Mile either way, westbound or eastbound. The traffic light there was red between the grade school parking lot and the church there. And so
wait a minute. The light is not by the parking lot, the grade school parking lot. The light is east of the entrance to the parking lot.
Correct, Your Honor. Yes. I was in that traffic there, and I pulled out to the left and went around the standing traffic there, the cars that were stopped in that drop-off lane. And I was pulling into the Shrine Grade School parking lot there on the other side of the driveway to turn left and go into the parking lot and park in a parking space.
Hang on. You testified that you were in the right lane of 12
Hi,
Mile,
Winter Witch. Thank you.
that you were stopped. Cars were driven and driving out of it while the crosswalk person was doing their thing. And then you testified you went left to make a right turn.
I'm so sad this is gone.
Yes,
now.
Your Honor. I pulled out from behind the cars in front of me that were stopped, and I went around them into that left lane and turned right into the grade school parking lot, because all the cars were stopped and they were in that drop-off lane that is the far right side of the parking lot. So that's how I ended up in the left lane of 12 Mile, turning into the grade school parking lot.
And you said you were the second or the third car back?
Yes, Your Honor. And as I was pulling into the parking lot, the front of my vehicle was in the driveway there, and I was struck by another driver in the back of my vehicle. And so the other vehicles were all stopped, and that's why I went around standing traffic, stopped traffic. And as I was clearing that lane, the other driver drove into the back of my vehicle. So the left front bumper of her vehicle was damaged, and the rear right door and rear right panel of my vehicle was dented. And so that's how the contact happened as I was pulling into the parking lot.
So you're behind a vehicle or two in the right lane, stationary. You pull into the left lane to go around the two cars that are parked in front of you. Then you make a right turn in front of them, and there's a crash when you do so.
Well, yes, Your Honor. The cars were in the right lane stopped, and I went into the left side of the parking lot, and so no one was moving.
Well, you didn't go on the left side of the parking lot. You said you went into the left lane of traffic on 12 Mile to go around the cars that were in the right lane of 12 Mile.
Yes, Your Honor, I did. When I say the
That-
left side,
This ticket could have been written at least 5 different ways. First of all, you can't make a right turn from a left lane. That's one ticket. 2, making a right turn in front of traffic is failure to yield the right of way. That's another ticket. This is clearly violative. If the officer hadn't testified, there's no way in the world that I could do anything but find you responsible just on what you said. I can't fathom at a school with a traffic light just about 50, 200 feet in front of you, traffic is stopped and you leave your lane to go to the left so you can make a right. If that's not a recipe for a crash, I've never heard it. This just lucky a kid wasn't hurt.
Red dye, red dye, red dye.
yes, well, Your Honor, I agree with, of course, being safe and safe around the school there. And again, I viewed this in my mind as just going around stopped cars, which
Why do you think they were stopped?
they were in the drop-off line back
They
up.
were stopped because they were eastbound on 12 Mile. Not every car on 12 Mile turns into the Shrine parking lot. And since 696 has been closed, the traffic on 12 Mile is considerably heavier, in my opinion. But not every car is turning right. The 12 Mile is not a parking lot for the school. And the statute is very clear that you can make a right turn from the right lane and a left turn from the left lane, but you can't make a left turn from the right lane or a right turn from the left lane. It's absolute. If the burden of proof in this hearing was beyond a reasonable doubt, there wouldn't be any question as to your responsibility for the ticket. The fine cost is $175. It can be paid online or by mail or at the courthouse counter. You can't make a right turn from the left lane in front of traffic.
Your Honor,
Ross.
may I ask make a statement?
Go ahead.
The reason I'm here with this hearing is not to be combative with Officer Elcass or anyone. When she saw my driving record, she had said that this was an option to ask that the ticket not potentially have any. She didn't tell me to ask this, but she said, we'll see if there's something we can do. I was wondering if I could have the ticket not have any points. I'm happy to pay the fine and pay the ticket. I have an excellent driving record. I haven't been pulled over by a police officer in about 20 years because I do follow the rules. I don't speed. I don't run red lights.
What do
I
we
don't
think the judge will do? Do we think the judge gives? Oh, can you hear me? I think you can. Yeah, you can. Do you think the judge gives a single absolute fuck about what happened? Also, you are a shitty driver. You caused an accident just now. Also, Billy, I don't know why people can't give you points. Highlight his name. Make sure you, the only thing is that the name sometimes. So, like, you got, I don't know, if there's a space after or before. weird. Anyways, what do we think the judge will say? What will he say? Also, do you guys want to know what I'm going to order tonight for dinner? I'll look at the menu and tell you.
This has nothing to do, if you were the world's worst driver, that wouldn't have anything to do with this. We're only dealing with this particular date, time, and place. And I'll call it the lapse in judgment to make a right turn from the left lane is clearly a violation of statute. And who hit whom in a circumstance like this is not relevant to the civil infraction, because the civil infraction is not for causing a crash. Civil infraction is for making the improper turn. The fact that there was a crash is a consequence of the infraction, but there would still be the infraction even if there wasn't a crash. So this is what it is. I entered a plea of denying responsibility for you when you were ambiguous as to the response. You said you didn't know when I asked if you wanted to admit or deny or admit with an explanation. We had the hearing, it was under oath. I applied the statute to the facts, and the hearing is over, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good day, sir. Good day, sir. Doesn't it sound like from Willy Wonka? Wasn't that crazy? Okay, pasta salad was yummy. Bad Scooter's reporting. So I am reporting that I've already decided on dessert, which will be a white chocolate macadamia nut cookie cheesecake. Yes. Plus, I want deep fried pickles. Plus, I want a burger with bacon, mushrooms, cheese, and I want a salad on the side with that. I want that salad to be a almond praline and blue cheese salad. Yeah. That's right. And I probably will get fries for the table. Who doesn't like fries for the table, right? Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for sharing my birthday with me. Thank you all for your gifts, your generosity, your time. You know, all of us just hanging together is what makes us special and what makes me love you. I seriously do. I'm so glad that we spent part of today together. I will report back tomorrow. Maybe I'll even take a picture of my food like a real fucking influencer. Take a picture of my food. I'll post it later. I set this up to go to Creed's place because I think he's gambling still. Now, we need to give him some applause for finally setting this up. It only took him months to get somebody else to set up a redirect to his stream. So do me a favor. In the meantime, thank you again for the birthday wishes. I'm so thankful. Reminder that I love you and I'm proud of you, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.
Ways down red.